Dear esteemed members of the CEC, I'm Sana from Office of Hybrid Learning, and I'll be assisting Dr. Sajjad Madni by walking you through this presentation regarding the second version of the Hybrid Learning Model Framework. To quickly recall, the Hybrid Learning Model combines our current pedagogical practices with our ICT infrastructure. The model was piloted this semester for HUM102 Report Writing Skills to synthesize teacher and student-oriented learning simultaneously. We hope to achieve CLOs and consequently PLOs better than the traditional model, replicate STAR professors, allow students and candidates to learn the necessary 21st century skills, and improve student engagement by employing technology and a state-of-the-art assessment system. All of this can theoretically be achieved by minimizing strain on resources and maximizing output. In this presentation, we will try to provide an overview of how these can be achieved by giving additional recommendations for the hybrid model to ensure smoother flow. We'll also talk about how best we can distribute our personnel for a more effective organizational structure and further propose a design and the use of different technologies. Whatever the structure, we still need to ensure that we initiate recording next semester to add to the COMSATS courseware or CCW. You can find relevant details in the document regarding this proposal. We need to keep in mind that the CCW is an integral part for the success of this model, and that our CCW will speak for the model itself. For that, we'll need the support of the faculty and staff at different campuses for the future hybrid model. They may be trained at the FDA or somewhere convenient. This is needed to replicate our STAR professors across campuses. Let's get into details. To begin with, we should let students choose to opt for a hybrid course for themselves. They've been through the model and know how it works, and we should strive to make them as independent as we can at every opportunity. However, advisors of students may counsel them to take a subject in the hybrid mode if the student fails that particular course twice. Second, since the CCW is very critical for the success of the hybrid program, faculty and staff may be designated specifically for the development of the CCW. This team will ideally comprise of and be led by a STAR professor. This is someone who will record the course like Dr. Sohail. Supporting the STAR professor will be a content expert. This is someone who helps the STAR professor with handouts, slides, and animation content, among others. A separate assessment expert is required as the databank of assessments will need to be prepared with great care, in line with the currently proposed version of Hybrid CU Online, which we call IMS. More on this in a bit, but these three will work closely together as one unit. The media team is required for obvious reasons, which include recording and editing. The media team will also need an animation expert to create animations like this one. The content expert will help the animation expert with the animations. All in all, the CCW team may comprise of a faculty team which may include a STAR professor, an assessment expert, and a content expert as one unit as shown on the left, along with the media team comprising of a computer graphics expert, an animation expert, a video editing expert, and a cameraman. A third person called an instructional design professional will be needed to oversee the whole process and act as a bridge between the two teams. Such a person will keep an eye out for pedagogical technologies to use to enhance the learning process. A distribution of their duties is mentioned in the document submitted for the CEC. We also propose involving students in this process so that things can be modified on the run according to their perceptions. Talking about students, we've missed out on 2 more designations. The hybrid model will need 2 more people other than the CCW and IT support teams. First is the Supplementary Instruction Leader. This is a student who has a good academic standing and can run a group and work directly under the moderator. Such a student will help moderators bridge their gap between themselves and the students to encourage students to work as a team. The second designation the hybrid model will need is that of a course counselor. This is someone who may be from a particular department taking a hybrid course to guide the students on how to effectively work out their problems with the model itself. Such a counselor will advise students how to cope with their studies and whether or not opting for a hybrid mode for a particular subject is advantageous in his or her circumstances. Let's talk about the IMS, the Integrated Management System. This may be a modified version of CU Online enriched with the course content of the CCW. We're also hoping to have a data bank of long questions, short questions, and MCQs for assignments and quizzes respectively. This data bank will be useful once we have a large student intake. The data bank will be randomized and personalized for assessment and learning by moving at the student's pace to encourage critical thinking, learning, and testing simultaneously. This is proposed with a smart assessment system, which is primitive for now and will need a lot more work. This includes lots of data in the form of CCW and assessment questions. Let's not forget an iOS and Android app. The IMS will also have graded and moderated discussion boards to replicate the social experience of students. We plan to have our own educational social media forum, and in order for it to be effective, we'll need to use already existing facilities of technology. The IMS will also encourage automatic reporting to identify student and content requiring attention. Furthermore, we also plan to automatically gauge CLOs and have corresponding mapped PLOs achieved with the click of a button. Finally, to troubleshoot this complex system, we propose having IT support round the clock with the ticketing system. Dr. Mudney is available for further questions. Details can be found in the document presented to the CEC. This animation didn't include any SOPs, which are mentioned in the document. They've been built according to the offices mentioned in the first framework. Thank you all for your attention.